All right, so it's been a little bit and we got the bumper painted finally. It looks super killer. The other day we were heading out to go to a car meet that was about 65 miles away. And as I was letting the car idle up in the driveway, ready to leave, I had everything packed up the night before, car detailed. I had 2 toolboxes packed, spare parts. I was ready to go. I noticed a little puddle underneath the car. There was water. And I was coming over here, checking the coolant lines over here and everything, and I wasn't seeing anything wet. And it was over there underneath the alternator area, but I couldn't see anything dripping. So eventually I got under the car, jacked it up, and it was the oil filter housing coolant line. That one right there. That silver stuff, I put some heat stuff around it just to help because it's so close to the exhaust. So that hose was leaking. I had one of the spring clamps on it, so I just replaced it with a regular hose clamp. Got it back together, started the car again, and it was worse. Basically just ripped. The line was like so deteriorated and old and thin. So then it was gushing everywhere, and I'll just put a clip up real quick. And so once that happened, I was like, all right, not going to the meet. It is what it is. Once I started the car, I was checking for leaks, and then I saw a puddle down there again. And it ended up being a pinhole in the radiator where I touched the wrench to, and it was peeing onto the fan shroud and then dripping down. My solution I came up with was brazing, aluminum brazing it, MAP gas torch, and heat it up, basically like soldering. And I kept making the hole bigger and bigger, overheat. I couldn't get it. So I destroyed the radiator, so I had to buy a new one. But then like ever since I've had this out, I've just been contemplating on doing a wire tuck. Like I really want to, and I also at the same time don't want to because it's such a hassle. Like, but I also hate all that stuff underneath the intercooler piping. It's just so much wires everywhere. So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just do fuse box relocation. If you see this video, that's what I did. Kind of concluded that I don't want to do the main engine harness because like, I really do want to get rid of this. Because that's atrocious. I would just like to clean up my engine bay a lot, but it's just a lot of work. Battle back and forth what I want. I've thought about buying a new harness, but then I'm looking at spending $1,500 to $2,000 on the engine harness, and I'm like, not sure if it's really that worth it to me to do a engine tuck, wire tuck. All right, so we've kind of done a lot. I put the old radiator back in just for mock-up. Ran a new power wire. It's a little overkill. I think it's like a 2-gauge for the alternator to the fuse box. Got rid of the fuse box and go back. Mounted the MAC valve, cleaned up this area as much as I'm going to. That's it. So yeah, this whole strut tower is clean. Just some other things here and there I gotta clean up. So yeah, the place I mounted, I've seen a couple of other people mount it in the same spot. It's not ideal. Like I said, it can go back. It's no cutting, nothing. It's just right where the side mount goes. So I already don't really drive this car in the rain because I don't really trust it, but now definitely do not drive this car in the rain. Now it's gonna have splash shields, so we'll be fine. But everything's tightened up under there. Heat shrink, weatherproof as best I could. yeah, cleaned up the engine bay a lot. Looks pretty good. Got to do a few more things, and then I'll show you guys when it's all back together. Go on a drive, make sure everything's good. I'm hoping that changing the alternator and upgrading the wires, I upgraded the wire that goes from the fuse box to the power distribution. That was also like a 2-gauge wire ran. That's about it. Cleaned up wiring, redid some wiring, but we're pretty close. Looks pretty good. All right, so my opinion, looks a lot better. I'm sure I'll probably get a lot of negative feedback for putting it down there, which I get, I understand, but whatever. It's not my daily. If I had a daily this thing, it'd be a little different. Probably wouldn't do that. I'll come back to you guys when I start tying it up more. All right, so before we get everything else situated back in here, I went ahead and sprayed down the top of the transmission with some Simple Green. Gonna degrease it. The alternator actually came today, surprisingly, so we'll get that out, put the new one in. Gotta put a lug on this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a little shot before, see if it cleans up a little bit. And I'll show you after. Old one's out. Bit crusty. Still worked, but you could tell it was struggling a little bit. The lights would dim. The power steering pump pulls a bit of amp, so doesn't hurt to upgrade the alternator. Oh man. So this is the new one. It's pretty simple to put in. It'd be best if I got the relocate kit, but I don't feel like digging into the back. What? I'm putting new alternator in the car. More power.
More power.
Yeah, more power. Yeah.
More power.
Let's get this in. All right, new alternator's in. Just gotta put the tensioning bracket on. Got a new ground. And the power wire goes right there. Goes down. It's gonna be behind, in between the radiator and the intercooler. So basically, you don't use these ones anymore. These are the factory ones. They're disconnected at the fuse box also. But yeah, looks pretty good. Just gotta put this piece on. We're getting there. Okay, so we got our radiator in today. Just got the fans hooked up. I did a little extra with this heat stuff on the back of the fans. They already have like a little metal heat shield on them, but helps protect a little bit more. It won't hurt. Got the water and the water wider in there. I gotta start the car. Got the, that's how it looks down there. It looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and start the car and see what happens. Lights are on too and they're not dimming out. That's nice. All right, so we put about 60 miles on her so far. So still, the only issue I was just having was low voltage for the battery. When I was just idling, it was like 11.9. So I'm gonna have to dive into the 4-pin plug, the wires on that, because the ECM regulates the voltage. So I'm gonna have to dive into that, see what's going on. It's only when it's hot, so I know alternators start limiting once it's really hot. That's probably going to entail me having to get the relocate kit and putting it back here, which will look better, but I don't know if it's going to fit. I have to see how it looks because we have the coils down underneath the intake. Oh, does not look fun to bury it back there. Yeah, it's doing good. Decent driving with it, and see how she goes. All right, so it's basically gonna conclude the video. I gotta fix the breather issue since it keeps popping up. I'm gonna put 2 -10s up there. I might add a breather spot to the balance shaft inspection hole, but not sure. I put some new O-rings on here, so it's definitely tighter. Had no O-rings at first, so it's pretty loose, but we'll see how that does. But other than that, things I want to do, like I said, the valve cover, catch can, change it up. What else? I gotta pull the plugs, check out why it's breaking up. Valve seals, gonna have to do those, I think, probably next, along with the breather setup. So, oil leak coming from under here. Yeah. So, get that fixed. She's, oh, and I gotta dive into the alternator, and I'll probably end up relocating that to the back, like I said before. But we'll see what happens next. Not sure what order I'm gonna do everything in, but appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.